Hello, everybody. My name is Trace Patterson, and the project I've been working on is a predator-prey model for largemouth bass and channel catfish. And this project cannot have been done without the help of Dr. Mitchell. So the importance of this is that these two species of fish are extremely common, can be found in almost any lake within Texas. The original model we used was to estimate fish populations without having to use test instruments, which saves time and money. And if these populations of the two species are maintained, then lake managers could save thousands of dollars without having to restock their ponds and lakes. So our assumptions here, a couple of them important ones are that you have to have similar sizes of each fish when they're initially let go. If you do not, if one's bigger than the other, obviously has a greater advantage over the other species. We do have to have a constant water level. The fluctuation of water level affects the growth of these fish and their carrying capacities. So we do have to have a constant water level. So here are variables and their descriptions and the parameters, essentially what they mean. What we do not know is the competition factor. So on the right-hand side are Lotka-Volterra equations, and the green basically represents logistic growth, and the red is our competition factor that negatively affects the growth of the fish. So here's our first scenario. Is when catfish win, the conditions that have to be met is the competition for bass has to be greater than the growth rate of bass over the carrying capacity of catfish. And this equilibrium obviously approaches the carrying capacity for catfish. So the conditions are similar for bass to win. You can tell by the picture, we use a smaller initial value of bass, and you can see that the catfish are approaching their carrying capacity, but are eventually be out by the bass. And this graph obviously shows the bass reaching their carrying capacity as well. So for coexistence to happen, the conditions are basically within ranges of the other two. But these are the conditions we got for this scenario. There are about 5 or 6 different scenarios, but this one was the most optimal for coexistence. They do have to be within these ranges for this to occur. And the equilibrium here, the catfish approached 42 pounds and the bass approached 17 pounds. So improvements in future works, we've been looking at all these, but recently we've been looking at feeding benefits. This is due to if one feeds these species of fish too much, it creates an unhealthy level of carbon dioxide within the water. And this obviously negatively affects the populations and ends up actually hurting them. So here are my references, and that is all. Thank you guys for taking your time and listening to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.